Ladies and gentlemen, bubbles have three characteristics. They tend to be a single cycle, boom, then bust, relatively short in duration, and crash back down to the baseline, which is either zero or the inflation-adjusted place of where they were before the boom. The Dutch tulip mania was like this. So was the housing bubble. So was the dot-com bubble. And so was pretty much every other bubble ever. So what about Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin, it's actually hard to see the price cycles because it's increased such radically in value over time. So we're going to use a logarithmic scale to look at what it looks like on a price cycle where you go from $0 to $1, then to $10, $100. It's called the logarithmic scale, which is often used for assets with this level of upside. So in the first price cycle, Bitcoin went from about 5 cents up to $32, back to $2. Now, if we were having this debate in 2011, you could be forgiven for believing it met two of the three criteria of a bubble, except that it landed at a price that was 40 times as high as the 5 cents that it started at. What happened next? It didn't go to zero, it went up to $1,200, came back to 92, meeting now none of the criteria of a bubble. Then what did it do? Well, it zoomed up to $19,000, down to $3,200, meeting, once again, none of the criteria of a bubble, 35 times the previous low price. Then it zoomed up to $69,000, down to $15,000, once again meeting none of the criteria of any historical bubble we have ever seen. Bubbles look like the bottom left of this chart. They do not look like the orange line. So what does look like that orange line? Well, it turns out every high-value asset that has ever become a trillion-dollar industry or asset looks just like that on a logarithmic chart. Apple, Amazon, Netflix, even gold, when you zoom out, goes through the same path.
조엘 봄가에 따르면 비트코인은 전통적인 거품들과는 완전히 다른 패턴을 보여주고 있습니다. 비트코인의 가격은 급등락을 반복함에도 장기적으로는 저점이 계속 높아지며 애플, 아마존 같은 혁신 기업의 성장 패턴과 오히려 유사하다고 합니다. 그는 비트코인의 본질적 가치를 탈중앙성, 예측 가능성, 희소성으로 꼽았습니다. 이어서 그는 자신만의 인생 꿀팁을 공유합니다.
For the last years, everything I buy is with Bitcoin, with the Coinbase debit card, everything. And while everybody who's using US dollars, their money is losing value in the long term over time, I am using money that is increasing in value over time. That is valuable.